Hey, it's Alvi from Luminescence Heart Centered Healing. I'm here about to do my stage 1 twin flame reading for this week, and that is for the 31st of January, I think, which is the full moon, lunar eclipse, and a blue moon, and I think it's a blood moon as well. So that's a lot of moony energy going on there. Although, if you see this reading a couple of weeks later and it still resonates, it's just because we're all multi-dimensional beings, and everybody kind of taps into different energies at different times, different timelines, I guess. So either way, I wanted to say thank you very much to the person who left that really cool comment on one of my last videos, saying that I was one of the best twin flame teachers that they'd seen on video because I explained it really well. Thank you so much. That's an awesome comment to have. Now, this is a stage 1 reading, okay? Bear with me, okay? Because I've been doing this, walking this path since like 1999, it was the first time that I had a spiritual catalyst that kind of activated my heart-centered consciousness and all of that stuff that happens when you get activated. I've come to recognize that there's 3 main stages to this as an ascension path or a spiritual path. And the romantic stage that most people are in, and when you're watching videos and all that sort of stuff, is stage 1. And the reason for that is because when you get activated, you're focused on that other person so that you can learn the new language of heart-centered soul connections, which is learning how to use telepathy and empathy and all of those things that we have activated within us when this happens. So that's stage 1, and then you move on to stage 2, and that's more self-focused, and that's sort of like that's releasing all of the conditioning and the beliefs and all of this sort of stuff that we are given throughout our lives, which stops our true light from shining through, and healing deep traumas and coming into union with ourselves and integrating our shadows. It's a bit of a hardcore part, that one, and I'll be doing a separate reading for you guys who are doing the healing. Hopefully I can help you with some guidance and some clarity. I am an energy healer, and I've actually been there for myself doing that healing ascension sort of process, so I hope to be able to help you guys. And then there's stage 3, and stage 3 is when you pretty much transcended the whole twin flame thing. You don't really care about labels anymore. You just experience things, and it's amazing, and you're able to use all the unconditional love and those gifts and stuff, the telepathy and the empathy and all of those other things, to help other people in whatever way suits you. Some people use it to help others through their ascension path. Some people use it to save the world, and whatever your particular mission is, to get to that point is really kind of crucial at this time on the planet, because that's what we need right now, is people doing their missions and helping each other. Okay, so I'm going to leave links below for the stage 2 reading for my blog, which I have a much more detailed explanation of the 3 stages of the twin flame spiritual path. And in case you guys would like to have a personal reading with me, if you want a bit more of an in-depth look at what's going on with your own personal journey, like, this is just a general reading, so not all of it's going to resonate, and maybe I can help you out with a personal reading. So I'll leave that there, and you can follow my page and see all my other videos and all of that sort of stuff. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe below too, so that you can see my next videos, that is. Okay, so I'm going to go straight to the cards now. This one describes the energy of the connection at this point in time. So it's the Magician. For me, it's reversed. So the Magician talks about a connection or relationship that's blessed by the universe. It also talks about manifestation and mastering the skills required for maintaining that connection and that relationship, and it also shows you the like all the magic and stuff. But because it's reversed, I'm kind of feeling that what's happening at the moment is all that magic and all of that manifestation power and stuff is It's kind of being neglected by both partners. So we will go to the next cards and we'll read for the partner. I use partner because I don't like to use divine masculine and divine feminine. I think it creates separation. If you think about it in terms of the law of attraction, what happens is, if what you hold dear in your energy field, any beliefs, any sort of erroneous thought patterns, or thought loops, that sort of thing, reflect out and create your life. Louise L. Hay says your thoughts create your future, right? So you don't want to be thinking anything that's creating separation. You want union. That's not what we're aiming for. Separation is not what we're aiming for here. It's union, right? So I think that divine masculine and divine feminine is a separation thing, and I try not to use it because I like to set a good example for everybody. Okay, so this is for the partner, the twin, the soulmate, soul connection, what's going on with them. So this is where they're at right now. They're making decisions, they're thinking about things, they're weighing things up. We'll go to the next card and find out. This is what they're bringing to the connection right at this point in time, which is change, letting go of the past. Okay, so yeah, all right, they're obviously feeling the connection, they're feeling the magic in the connection. It's making them think about things. You know how this, when something's really bright, it brings all the darkness out. That's kind of what I'm feeling here, is, this connection has touched them in a way that it's made things come up for them that they need to now consider how to release. That's, things like triggers, old traumas, old memories from bad relationships or bad situations in the past that they don't want to carry forward with them. So that's what they're thinking about. That might be why this, this magic in the connection is actually getting kind of neglected at the moment, because they're healing. And when you're healing, often what happens with the energy in a soul connection is that it will go out of alignment, so that whoever's healing can do that without sort of affecting the other. Yeah, so this is what I'm feeling is happening right now. And they might be aware of it, or that it might just be an organic process. Sometimes healing within this sort of ascension path is an organic process that just happens. And when there's geostorms, which are solar storms and all that sort of stuff, and full moons, anything that kind of stirs up the cosmic energy, this kind of thing happens a lot. It stirs up what's within us, and they're thinking about it, and they're weighing up their options, I guess is what I'm kind of trying to say. They're thinking about the potential in the relationship, but they're just not, they're not able to do anything about it just yet. They need to release the past first before anything else can happen. So we're going to have a look at what they bring to the connection right now. Okay, so this is the Chariot, right? Okay, this is the little story here. They're weighing it up, they're going to let it go. Once they let it go, the Chariot is the, like forward movement. It's sort of, charge, that kind of energy. So once the past is released, things will start moving forward again. And this reversed energy here, where you're not feeling the magic, or you're not sort of able to tap into the magic of this blessed connection, will change. It'll spin back around, and everything will be cool. Okay, so we're going to go to the next. Now, this is for you guys. We're going to go to your cards now and have a look. This is where you're at right now, and this is strength. This is overcoming issues and problems with open-heartedness. So, unconditional love, basically, taking a higher perspective. When you've healed to a certain point, you can understand that, when people do things that are hurtful, sometimes, everybody does it, but you don't always have to take it really personally and, let it make you devastated, because 90% of the time, the way that people act towards you has actually really got to do with them and not really very much to do with you at all. We're just reflections of each other, and even more so with soul connections. Like, that's why we have them. They are our mirrors, right? They mirror back to us, and we mirror to them the things that need to come up for healing, to come up for to be resolved, so that, you know, we can be ourselves. We can be our core, authentic, true selves without any of this kind of stuff, this shadow that hangs over us. Now, your hopes for the connection, or hopes and dreams for the connection, is the star. The star is like, you can see the light. You're sitting in the dark, but you've seen the light. It's hope, it's inspiration, it's so you can really feel the magic still. You know where it's at. You know, tapping into this unconditional love and higher perspective of things while the twin or soul connection is going through this healing process, really will help. And when you are tapped into this kind of energy, this hopeful energy, this, you know, like inspired energy, it just feeds more inspiration and more hope and more kind of passion and that sort of thing back into you, because whatever you are, you get more of. You're a magnet for it, right? So that's really good. It kind of looks like you're doing your work and it's working on this side. It, you know, sometimes it takes a little while. So if you're doing your work and using your unconditional love and your open heart and tapping into all the hope and the magic and, you know, the inspiration that's in the world, it doesn't have to be about the other person. Most of the time it's better not to focus on them. It's better to focus on you. What you heal for yourself and what you resolve for yourself reverberates out to people who are connected to you by soul, you know, soul family, soul connections, and even for, you know, the general public at large. So this is what you're bringing to the connection. Okay, so this is like a you're hoping for a new start, a fresh start. You're hoping for a fresh start. This is like the energy of this is kind of a solid fresh start. It doesn't necessarily, it says new career moves. It doesn't necessarily mean career moves, because it's the one of, or the Ace of Pentacles. It's like a renewal of this energy of abundance, of you know, wealth, abundance, prosperity, and, you know, unconditional love comes under the label, to me, or, you know, comes under abundance, because it never really runs out. It's only our own perceptions that make us think that is the case. Now, so you're hoping for a fresh start. Let's see what the possible outcome cards say for us next. Now, for the partner, their possible outcome is relationship bliss. Okay, so that's a pretty cool cup. That's the 9 of Cups. That's a really cool card. That's, you know, it's not quite there. It's not the pinnacle, but it's pretty close. Like, you've done your work, or they've done their work, and it's going well, and it's going to go well. So that's their probable outcome. So once they've finished healing, you know, they'll turn back to the connection. And for you guys, bondage. All right, so you're thinking about a marriage, or, you know, a commitment. I think that's what it looks like to me, because this card in a traditional tarot deck would be the Devil, right? And the Devil, while it can talk about being stuck in a position where you're not able to grow, but you're too comfortable to move, it can also talk about, you know, commitments, or marriage, or, you know, that kind of thing. I can't think of the right word, but that will do. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I mean anyway. So the outcome card. What's the outcome card? All right, the Fool. Okay, so the Fool is talking about trust, and trust is what we need in soul connections. We need to fall back on this. Trust is sort of like, to me, when I think about trust, it's like surrender. It's letting go of trying to control things. This one says spontaneity and taking chances, right? And that's what you're doing when you're taking a chance. You're not saying it has to go this particular way. You're not trying to control the outcome. You are just assuming that there's going to be a good outcome, and you're not putting any kind of crazy energy into it, which can also put fears and doubts into it. So what we want to do to bring about this relationship bliss, is take chances and be spontaneous and trust in the universe and surrender. When you surrender and you just go into flow and you don't insist on having things come in a particular way, the universe will bring you like your highest path rather than what you're asking for. Sometimes you don't know what your highest path is. It's only what you think. So when you can let go, you will actually get better stuff, if that makes sense. Like, you'll get better outcomes if you're not trying to control them and you're not insisting on having them come a certain way. So, just to recap, we have a lot of magic and in this connection, like really good energy, but it's being neglected because the partner, the soul connection, the twin, is going through a period of healing and contemplation. And because of that, the energy of the connection is not aligned right at this moment. And that's fine. It doesn't mean anything terrible. Once they release the past, once they've worked out how to get rid of this or to, let go of whatever it is that's holding them back, there will be no stopping it, okay? It's going to be full speed ahead and relationship bliss, which is pretty cool. But what we're being asked to do is to really just trust in this union, trust in this connection, trust in this relationship. It depends, of course, where you are at, whether you're in the relationship or whether you're separated or anything like that, as to which way you take that. But you need to trust in the universe and stop trying to control it. Just let it do its job. Put your intentions out there, especially on the full moon, right? I'm trying to think of how to explain it. Write down your intentions, okay? Write them down and think about them for the next few days until the moon is really full. Build up the energy of what your intentions are and be very specific about them, but don't put any doubts or any fears into these intentions, okay? And then when the moon is full, you can do a little ritual. You can burn the piece of paper that you wrote your intentions down on, and just let it go and never think about it and let the universe do its work. That's kind of trust as well, okay? So you're doing the right thing here. I can see that there's lots of inner work going on here. Keep up the good work, and this will hopefully end well with relationship bliss and a commitment and some spontaneity and trust in the universe. For those of you who want a commitment, obviously, not all of us do, but okay, I think that's enough for this reading. Now, what was I going to say? Just check the links below if you want to have a personal reading with me. If you need a healing, I do energy healing. I can remove blocks for you. I can help you with reframing your thoughts. I can show you and teach you how to use the law of attraction to make yourself a magnet for love or whatever you desire. What else? Oh, counseling and mentoring. It's all the same thing. Like, just book a session and then tell me, or come and have a chat and tell me what your needs are, and we'll sort something out from there. Okay, bye.